Olivia Mason looked out the window of the space shuttle. Stars shone all around as they flew toward the big black ship that had appeared near Earth 3 days ago. Her heart beat fast in her chest. As the ship's language expert, she never thought she would meet real aliens face to face. "Are you ready?" asked Commander Bell. He sat next to her, checking his tablet one last time. Olivia nodded, though she didn't feel ready at all. "Yes, sir. I've studied all the signals they sent. I think I can talk to them." The shuttle pilot spoke through the radio. "We're approaching the alien vessel now. They've opened what looks like a docking bay." Olivia watched as they got closer to the black ship. It was huge, at least 20 times bigger than their shuttle. The surface wasn't just black. It seemed to move and shift, with patterns of light flowing across it like waves. A large opening appeared, glowing with soft blue light. "It's like it's breathing," she whispered. The shuttle slowed and then gently entered the opening. Inside was a large space with smooth walls that glowed with the same blue light. The shuttle touched down with a soft bump. Commander Bell stood up and straightened his uniform. "Remember your training, Lieutenant Mason. Stay calm, speak clearly, and no sudden movements." Admiral Kelly, who sat behind them, added, "The fate of Earth might depend on this meeting. Let's make a good first impression." The team of 5 humans gathered near the shuttle door. Besides Olivia, Commander Bell, and Admiral Kelly, there was Dr. Rivera, a biologist, and Agent Peters from Global Security. They all wore the same blue uniforms with Earth symbol on the shoulder. "Air readings are normal," Dr. Rivera said, looking at her scanner. "We can breathe without masks." The shuttle door opened with a hiss. A short hallway led to another door at the end of the docking bay. As they walked toward it, Olivia noticed the floor felt slightly soft under her boots, almost like walking on firm moss. When they reached the inner door, it slid open without a sound. Bright light poured out, making Olivia blink. When her eyes adjusted, she saw her. The alien stood tall, much taller than any human. She had to be nearly 7 feet in height. Her skin wasn't one color but many, shifting between deep purple and midnight blue with tiny lights that looked like stars moving beneath the surface. The alien had 3 eyes, all glowing with a soft white light. Above her head floated what looked like a crown made of crystal pieces, but the pieces never touched her head or each other. They just floated there, turning slowly. Behind the tall alien stood 4 others like her, but they didn't have the floating crowns. They wore what looked like armor that matched their skin. Olivia couldn't look away. Something about the tall alien pulled at her like a magnet. Without thinking, she stepped forward ahead of her team. "Lieutenant," Admiral Kelly whispered in warning, but Olivia barely heard him. The tall alien tilted her head, studying Olivia with all 3 eyes. Then a voice spoke directly in Olivia's mind. It didn't come through her ears.
Instead, it felt like music playing inside her head. "Welcome to the Luminari."
"I am Princess Illyra of the Syrian Dominion," Olivia gasped. The others on her team looked confused. Could they not hear the voice? She took another step forward. Now she stood just a few feet from the alien princess. Up close, she could see patterns swirling under the alien's skin like galaxies in motion. Words left Olivia's mouth before she could stop them. "You're so beautiful I can't speak," she whispered. The alien princess stopped moving. All 3 of her eyes widened at once. The floating crystal crown above her head flashed with bright colors, red, gold, and then deep blue. The guards behind her shifted, their hands moving to devices at their sides. "You understand the true speech?" Princess Illyra asked, her mental voice shaking. "Impossible. Your species shouldn't be able to." Commander Bell stepped up beside Olivia, looking concerned. "Lieutenant Mason, what did you say to her?" "What's happening?" But Olivia couldn't answer him. The princess's 3rd eye, the one in the center of her forehead, locked onto Olivia's gaze. Suddenly, Olivia's mind filled with images she'd never seen before. She saw huge ships, bigger than cities, firing weapons that could destroy planets. She saw the beautiful alien princess running, hiding, as someone chased her across the stars. She saw Earth, her home, with shadow ships lurking nearby, waiting to attack. The vision ended as quickly as it came. Olivia gasped for air, feeling like she'd run a mile. "What just happened?" Admiral Kelly demanded, looking between Olivia and the alien princess. Princess Illyra composed herself, the crown above her head settling back into a slow spin. When she spoke again, it seemed everyone could hear her this time. "Forgive me," she said, her voice still in their minds but somehow different. "Your translator surprised me. We have much to discuss." As they followed the princess deeper into the ship, Olivia felt the alien's presence in her mind, like a soft touch. A private message formed there, meant only for her. "How is this possible? We must speak alone, Earthwoman. The fate of both our peoples may depend on it." Olivia didn't know how to answer with her thoughts, so she just gave a small nod. One thing was clear. This meeting was not going as anyone had expected. The group entered a large round room with a table in the center. As they sat down to begin formal talks, Olivia couldn't help but keep looking at Princess Illyra. Every time their eyes met, she felt that strange connection again. It was like an invisible string tied them together. What did it mean? Why could she hear the princess when others couldn't? And most worrying, what were those terrible visions of war and destruction? As Admiral Kelly began the formal introductions, Olivia knew one thing for sure. Her life would never be the same after today. Something big was happening. Something that went far beyond first contact with aliens. And somehow she was right in the middle of it. 3 days passed since the first meeting with the aliens. Olivia couldn't sleep well. Every night the visions she had seen in Princess Illyra's mind came back to her. Big warships destroying planets, people running and screaming, shadow ships hiding near Earth, waiting to attack. Olivia sat in the meeting room on the Horizon, Earth's main spaceship. Admiral Kelly and 5 other leaders sat around the table, talking about the aliens. "The Syrians have been very open with technology trades," said Admiral Kelly. "They've already helped us improve our engines and shields." "But why are they really here?" asked General Ward. "They say they're just explorers, but a ship that size isn't built just for exploring." Olivia wanted to speak up about her visions, but she had tried before. No one believed her. They thought she was just stressed from the first contact. "Lieutenant Mason," Admiral Kelly said, looking at her, "you've spent the most time with them. What do you think?" Olivia took a deep breath. "I think they're not telling us everything. I think they're running from something, and that something might have followed them here." General Ward laughed. "Based on what? A feeling?" "Based on their ship design," Olivia said quickly. "It has too many weapons for a peaceful mission. And their princess seemed afraid," Admiral Kelly sighed. "Lieutenant, your language skills are very helpful, but let's not jump to scary stories. The Syrians have been nothing but friendly." After the meeting, Olivia went back to her room. She sat at her desk, looking at translation notes from her talks with the aliens. Something wasn't right. She could feel it. Her door chimed. When she opened it, she was shocked to see Princess Illyra standing there. The alien princess had dimmed her skin's glow to a deep blue, almost black. She wore a simple robe instead of her royal clothes. "May I come in?" the princess asked in Olivia's mind. Olivia looked up and down the hall. No one was around. "Where are your guards?" she asked as she let the princess in. "I came alone," Illyra said. "What we need to discuss cannot be heard by others." Inside the room, the princess seemed too large for the human-sized furniture. She stood in the center, her 3 eyes looking around with interest. "I need your help," Illyra said, "and your people need mine." Olivia sat on her bed. "The visions I saw were real," Illyra finished. "My people are not here by choice. We are running." The princess's mental voice grew sad as she explained. Her cousin Draxos had taken over their home world. He had made a deal with something called the Void Collective, a group of thinking machines that ate living beings to grow stronger. "Draxos chased us across 3 star systems," Illyra said. "We thought we lost him, but we were wrong." She showed Olivia a mental image of ships hiding behind Saturn, Earth's ringed planet. "They found us. They're waiting, building their strength. Why not tell Admiral Kelly and the others?" Olivia asked. "Would they believe you?" Illyra asked. "They barely listen to you now. And if they knew the danger, they might just force us to leave. Then your world would face the Void Collective alone." Olivia knew the princess was right. Earth's leaders would either not believe the threat or panic and make bad choices. "Why me?" Olivia asked. "Why can I hear you when others need translators? Why did I see those visions?" Illyra moved closer, her hand almost touching Olivia's face but stopping just short. "Your DNA carries old markers. Long ago, my people visited Earth. Some of us stayed, had children with humans." Olivia's eyes widened. "Are you saying I'm part alien?" "A very small part," Illyra said. "Just enough to let your mind touch mine. Just enough to let us form a bond that the Void Collective cannot track or hear." "And that's why you're talking to me now? Because they can't hear us?" Yes, the princess said. But there's more. I carry something called the Stellar Codex. It's not a weapon or a tool. It's in my genetic code. It's the key to my people's evolution technology. And Draxos wants it, Olivia guessed. Needs it, Illyra corrected. Without it, the Void Collective cannot fully use our technology. With it, they can build weapons that could destroy entire solar systems. Olivia stood up and paced around the small room. This was big. Too big for her. She was just a language expert, not a soldier or a spy. What do you need me to do? She finally asked. Help me fix our ship, Illyra said. It was damaged when we fled. And help me prepare your people for what's coming. The Void Collective will not wait forever. They talked deep into the night, making plans. Illyra showed Olivia more about her people, their history, and the threat they all faced. With each mental touch, Olivia felt the connection between them grow stronger. By morning, they had a plan. Olivia would help get Earth's ships ready for war, while helping the Syrians repair their vessel. She would be the bridge between the two species. As Illyra prepared to leave, she paused at the door. There's a risk in what we're doing, she said. What kind of risk? Olivia asked. The more our minds connect, the more we share, Illyra explained. Thoughts, memories, even physical traits might start to blend. Is that dangerous? No human has ever had this kind of bond with one of my kind, Illyra said. It's new ground for both of us. After the princess left, Olivia looked at herself in the mirror. For a second, she thought she saw a faint glow under her skin, but when she blinked, it was gone. Was she imagining things? Or was the connection with Illyra already changing her? Olivia didn't have time to worry about it. They had work to do if they were going to save both their worlds from what was coming, and deep down, she knew that whatever happened between her and the alien princess was just the beginning of something much bigger than either of them. 2 weeks after the aliens came to Earth, things had changed fast. The big countries of Earth had joined together to get ready for the danger Princess Illyra had warned about. The Horizon, once just a research ship, now had weapons and shields made with Syrian help. It was Earth's first real warship. Olivia spent her days going between meetings with Earth leaders and secret talks with Princess Illyra. Her nights were full of strange dreams, memories that weren't her own, places she had never been, stars she had never seen. You look tired, Kate said. Kate was Olivia's old friend and the chief engineer on the Horizon. They were in the engine room working on the new weapons. Just busy, Olivia said, checking numbers on a screen. Kate handed her a tool. You're different around her, she said. Around who? The princess. You're more, I don't know, more sure of yourself. More something. Olivia didn't know what to say. How could she explain that sometimes she could feel what Illyra felt? That sometimes when she looked in the mirror, she thought she saw a faint glow under her skin just like the Syrians had. It's just the stress of first contact, Olivia said. Kate shrugged. If you say so. But if you need to talk, I'm here. Later that day, Olivia met with Illyra in a quiet room on the Horizon. They sat across from each other, not speaking out loud. Their minds touched, sharing thoughts without words. The repairs to our ship are almost done, Illyra's thoughts said in Olivia's mind. Good, Olivia thought back. But Admiral Kelly is getting suspicious. She keeps asking questions about why I spend so much time with you. Illyra's 3 eyes looked sad. The bond between us grows stronger each day. Soon it will be hard to hide. Olivia knew she was right. That morning she had reached for a cup of coffee and saw a flash of light under her skin. It had scared her so much she dropped the cup. Is this normal? She asked. For your people, I mean. This kind of bond. No, Illyra admitted. Even among my kind, mind links are rare and never this deep. What's happening between us is new. Before they could talk more, alarms went off throughout the ship. Red lights flashed in the hallways. Battle stations, a voice said over the speakers. Unknown ships detected near Jupiter. Olivia and Illyra ran to the bridge. Admiral Kelly was already there, looking at big screens showing space around Jupiter. 3 ships just appeared, she said. They were hidden, then suddenly showed up. On the screen, Olivia saw 3 scary-looking ships. They were dark gray and shaped like giant rib cages. Green light glowed from inside them. Void Collective, Illyra whispered, her mental voice filled with fear. The enemy ships fired green beams at a small Earth ship that was on patrol. The ship broke apart in seconds. Get us there now, Admiral Kelly ordered. Full speed. The Horizon shot forward, faster than any Earth ship had moved before. 2 Syrian support ships joined them. But even with the new technology, Olivia could tell they were outmatched. The battle was chaos. Green beams flashed across space. The Horizon shook as enemy weapons hit its shields. Shields at 30%, someone yelled. We can't take much more. We need to retreat, Admiral Kelly said. Suddenly, Olivia felt something strange. Knowledge filled her mind. Knowledge that wasn't hers. Without thinking, she stepped up to the weapons control panel and pushed aside the officer sitting there. Lieutenant Mason, what are you doing? Admiral Kelly demanded. Trust me, Olivia said, her hands moving over the controls. She didn't know how she knew what to do, but she did. If we polarize our shields to match their energy signature and rotate frequencies on my mark. She pressed buttons, turned dials, and then hit a big red switch. Now, fire all weapons. The Horizon's weapons shot out blue beams that somehow went right through the enemy shields. One of the enemy ships exploded. Another spun away, damaged badly. The bridge crew cheered, but then Olivia fell to her knees. Her nose was bleeding and her head hurt worse than any pain she had ever felt. Get her to medical, Admiral Kelly ordered. In the medical bay, Dr. Rivera scanned Olivia while Illyra watched nervously. What's happening to her? Dr. Rivera asked the princess. Her brain scans show activity I've never seen before in a human. The connection is growing too quickly, Illyra explained. Her human body isn't built for Syrian neural patterns. Dr. Rivera gave Olivia medicine for the pain. She needs rest. Whatever's happening, her body needs time to adjust. Later, when Olivia woke up, Admiral Kelly was standing by her bed. How did you know what to do in the battle? She asked. Those weren't standard tactics. Before Olivia could answer, Commander Bell walked in. Admiral, we need to talk. Now. They stepped outside, but Olivia could still hear them. We found something, Bell said. Communications from the enemy ships. Someone on our side has been talking to them. A traitor. Who? Kelly asked. We traced the signals, Bell said. They came from Princess Illyra's quarters. Olivia's heart dropped. It couldn't be true. She would have known if Illyra was betraying them. Their minds were linked. When Admiral Kelly came back in, her face was hard. Lieutenant Mason, I'm relieving you of duty until further notice. Princess Illyra has been confined to quarters under guard. She's not a traitor, Olivia insisted, trying to get up. I would know. Perhaps that's exactly what she wants you to believe, Commander Bell said from the doorway. We've been watching your connection with her. It could be manipulation. Olivia reached out with her mind, trying to find Illyra. But for the first time in days, there was nothing there. Just silence where their bond had been. That night, alone in her room, Olivia stared at the ceiling. Could she have been wrong about Illyra? Was their connection just a trick? Then the alarms went off again. She ran to her door, but it was locked. From the speaker in her room, she heard the announcement, Security breach. Princess Illyra has escaped. Custody. She's stolen a shuttle and is heading toward the outer planets. Olivia sat on her bed, feeling more alone than she ever had. The one person she had trusted was running away. And the worst part was, she still couldn't believe Illyra was guilty. Something else was happening here. Something she was missing. And she had to find out what it was before it was too late for everyone. Olivia paced in her locked room for hours. She couldn't believe Illyra would betray them. There had to be more to the story. She closed her eyes and tried to reach out with her mind, searching for that familiar presence she had grown used to. Nothing. A soft knock came at her door. Olivia, it's me, Kate. The door slid open and Kate slipped inside. I overrode the lock. We don't have much time. They'll throw you in the brig for this, Olivia said. Kate shrugged. Maybe, but something's not right. Bell has been acting strange since the battle. And I saw the transmission logs they claim came from Illyra's room. The timing doesn't make sense. She was with you during some of those transmissions. Hope sparked in Olivia's chest. You believe me? I believe something weird is going on. Kate said. And I think you need to find out what. 20 minutes later, they snuck into the shuttle bay. Kate had a small ship ready, a stealth interceptor used for recon missions. I programmed the navigation, Kate said as they hurried inside. It'll take you to the coordinates where Alira's shuttle disappeared near Mars orbit. This is career suicide, Kate warned as she closed the shuttle door. If you're wrong about her, I'm not, Olivia said firmly. Something else is happening here. The small ship slipped past the Horizon security systems and shot into space. As they moved away from Earth, Olivia felt a faint tingling in her mind, like someone whispering just below the level she could hear. Deception. Trap. Not what it seems. The words weren't clear, but the feeling was. Alira was trying to reach her, but something was blocking their connection. Near Mars, they found Alira's shuttle floating empty. As Olivia scanned it, a massive shadow fell over their small ship. Looking up through the viewport, she saw a huge Void Collective vessel appear out of nowhere, its cloaking technology dropping to reveal a ship shaped like a giant skeletal hand. A green beam shot out, freezing their ship in place. They were pulled inside the enemy vessel. Guards with gray skin and glowing green eyes dragged them through dark hallways. They were brought to a large room with a black floor that seemed to shift and move like oil. In the center stood Commander Bell. Next to him was a Syrian, but not like any Olivia had seen before. This one had blood-red skin and 4 eyes instead of 3. Between them, on her knees with a metal collar around her neck, was Princess Alira. "Ah, the human who shares the princess's mind," said the red Syrian. His voice in Olivia's head felt wrong, oily and cold. "How convenient that you delivered yourself to us." "Draxos," Olivia whispered, recognizing him from Alira's memories. Bell smiled coldly. Lieutenant Mason always rushing in without thinking. "You," Olivia said, understanding hitting her. "You're the traitor," Bell nodded. "The Void Collective offered me something your pathetic military never could. Real power. When Earth is under their control, I'll be in charge of the human sector." "You framed Alira," Kate said. "You sent those transmissions from her room." "Smart girl," Bell said. "Too smart for your own good." Draxos walked around Alira, his 4 eyes never blinking. "The Stellar Codex isn't a weapon or a technology," he explained. "It's her, the unique genetic sequence she carries. And now that we understand the bond between you two, we realize we need you both." He nodded to someone behind them. 2 guards grabbed Olivia and strapped her to a table that rose from the shifting floor. Another table appeared next to her and they put Alira on it. "What are you doing?" Olivia asked, struggling against the restraints. "The codex is hidden," Draxo said. "My cousin was clever. She split it and hid half in the space between your minds where neither of you can access it alone. We're going to take it." What followed was pain like nothing Olivia had ever felt. Machines lowered from the ceiling, attaching to her head and Alira's. Draxos used some kind of device to force their mental connection open wider than it had ever been. Memories flooded between them. Alira's childhood on a planet with 3 moons. Olivia's first day at the Space Academy. Battles Alira had seen, books Olivia had read. The memories came faster and faster, overwhelming them both. Through the pain, Olivia realized Alira had been protecting her all along. The princess had deliberately started their bond, not just to communicate, but to hide crucial information where Draxos couldn't find it. "Fight it," Alira's weak mental voice reached her. "Don't let them see." Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the ship. The lights flickered, then went out. In the darkness, Olivia heard shouting and the sound of things breaking. "The power core," someone yelled. "It's overloading." When emergency lights came on, Olivia saw Kate was gone from where the guards had been holding her. Somehow her friend had escaped and was causing chaos. In the confusion, Olivia managed to free one hand. She reached over to Alira and pulled the neural suppressor collar from her neck. The moment it came off, their minds slammed back together with incredible force. Olivia gasped as her skin began to glow with the same light as Alira's. Knowledge poured between them. Not just memories now, but understanding. The location of the Syrian resistance fleet. The weakness in the Void Collective's neural network. And most importantly, what they had become together. "We need to get out of here," Olivia said, freeing herself completely and helping Alira up. They ran through the corridors, following the mental map they now shared. Along the way, they found Kate hiding in a maintenance shaft. "What did you do?" Olivia asked as they ran. Engineering trick, Kate said, grinning. Reverse the power flow in their main system. It'll reset in about 3 minutes, so we need to move fast. They reached a small hangar with escape pods. As they climbed into one, guards appeared at the door, firing weapons that shot green energy. Illyra pushed Olivia and Kate inside the pod, then turned to face the guards. She raised her hands, and to Olivia's shock, blue energy shot from Illyra's palms, knocking the guards back. "How did you do that?" Olivia asked when Illyra joined them in the pod. "I didn't," Illyra said, looking at her hands in surprise. "We did." As the escape pod shot away from the enemy ship, Olivia looked at her own hands. The glow under her skin was unmistakable now, and when she touched the pod's controls, she somehow knew exactly how they worked. "What's happening to us?" she asked. "The bond has changed us both," Illyra explained. "I'm not fully Syrian anymore, and you're not fully human. We've become something new." Kate stared at them both. "Your eyes," she said to Olivia. "They're glowing." Olivia caught her reflection in a metal panel. Her eyes now had the same starlight glow as Illyra's, though she still only had 2 of them. "What does this mean for us?" she asked Illyra. "It means we have a chance," the princess replied. "Together we can stop Draxos and the Void Collective. We know their weakness now." As they flew toward Mars, where a human base could help them contact Earth, Olivia realized her life had changed forever. She wasn't just a translator anymore. She wasn't even just human. She and Illyra had become something never seen before. A bridge between species, carrying the hope for both civilizations. And somehow that felt right. Behind them, the enemy ship was recovering. Ahead lay Earth and a war they had to win. But for the first time since this all began, Olivia felt truly ready for what was coming. "They'll never expect what we've become," she said, looking at her glowing hands. "No," Illyra agreed, her mind flowing smoothly with Olivia's now, "and that will be their downfall." 3 months passed. Earth had changed. Ships from all nations now worked together. Their weapons improved with Syrian technology. The people of Earth knew about the danger now. They knew about the Void Collective and the war that was coming. In the middle of Earth's fleet was the Luminari, the Syrian royal ship. It now had a new command team, Olivia and Princess Illyra working as one. Their shared mind let them control the ship in ways no one else could. Today was the day they had been waiting for. The day Draxos would attack. "All ships form up on our position," Olivia said into the radio. Her voice had changed over the months. It now carried musical tones that the human captains felt more than heard. "Remember the plan. We need to trap their main ship before we can shut down their network." On the Luminaries bridge, Olivia and Illyra stood inside a special room. They called it the Neural Interface Chamber. Here their bodies glowed with shared energy as they controlled the battle with just their thoughts. Between them floated a see-through map of the battlefield, showing all the ships. Olivia had changed physically too. Her eyes now held the same starlight as Illyra's, though she still had only 2. Her skin sometimes glowed with soft blue light, especially when they used their powers. Illyra had changed as well, looking more human in small ways. "Draxos is coming," Illyra said, her thoughts flowing into Olivia's mind. His fleet just passed the moon. Through their shared mind, they gave orders to the Earth-Syrian fleet. Ships moved into position, ready for the fight. The Void Collective ships appeared, suddenly dropping their cloaking shields. There were dozens of them, led by Draxos's flagship, a massive vessel shaped like a giant skull. On the horizon, now Earth's main battleship, Admiral Kelly watched the Luminari move. "It's like watching a dance," she said to Kate, who now served as her chief engineer. The battle began with green beams firing from the enemy ships. Some Earth vessels were hit, their shields flaring as they absorbed the energy. Inside the neural chamber, Olivia and Illyra directed their allies with perfect timing. The Earth-Syrian ships moved in patterns that confused the enemy, whose AI systems couldn't predict what they would do next. "Their ships are operated by AI," Olivia explained to Admiral Kelly through the radio. "They can react very fast, but they can't understand our hybrid thinking." The battle raged for hours. Ships exploded on both sides, but slowly the plan was working. The Earth-Syrian fleet was pushing Draxos's ships into a trap. "It's time," Illyra said to Olivia. "Let's spring the trap." They sent a command to all their ships, who suddenly pulled back, leaving the Luminari exposed. Draxos's flagship immediately moved to attack, just as they had hoped. Now, Olivia and Illyra shouted together, The Earth-Syrian fleet closed in from all sides, surrounding Draxos' ship. Cut off from the rest of his fleet, he was vulnerable. Olivia and Alira activated the special signal they had created, a complex pattern that exploited a flaw in the Void Collective's shared AI system. It was a pattern only their hybrid minds could create. Throughout the enemy fleet, ships began to drift. The green lights inside them flickered and died as their AI systems crashed. "It's working," Kate's voice came over the radio from the horizon. "Their systems are failing." One by one, the Earth-Syrian fleet disabled or destroyed the helpless enemy ships. Victory was close, then Draxos did something desperate. His flagship turned and accelerated toward Earth. "He's going to crash into the planet," Admiral Kelly shouted. The Luminary gave chase, following Draxos' ship into Earth's atmosphere. Fire surrounded both vessels as they fell through the sky. In the neural chamber, Olivia and Alira made their most dangerous move yet. They joined their minds completely, going deeper than ever before. "We have one chance," Alira's thoughts said in their now shared consciousness. "I know," Olivia replied. "Let's do it together." They channeled all their energy, all their combined power into a single pulse. The Luminary glowed brighter than the sun for a moment. Then a wave of blue energy shot out, hitting Draxos' ship. The enemy vessel broke apart, exploding in the upper atmosphere. The pieces burned up before they could hit the ground. The pulse was so powerful it temporarily knocked out electronics across half the planet. But Earth was saved. In the aftermath, the remaining enemy ships, with their AI systems broken and their leader gone, retreated beyond the solar system. Earth had won its first space battle. And more importantly, it had been officially recognized by the wider galaxy through its alliance with the Syrians. At the victory celebration in New Geneva, Earth's new capital for space operations, Admiral Kelly raised a glass. "To new beginnings," she said. "And to the two people who made this possible." All eyes turned to Olivia and Alira. They stood together, their hands linked, their skin sharing the same subtle glow. They looked neither fully human nor fully Syrian, but something new and beautiful. "What will you do now?" Kate asked them at the party later. "The war is over, at least for now. Our journey is just beginning," Olivia said. "There's a whole galaxy out there, and Earth needs representatives who can speak for both our worlds." The Luminary became an embassy ship, traveling between Earth and other planets. Olivia and Alira served as joint ambassadors, helping humans take their first real steps into the wider universe. Sometimes when they returned to Earth for visits, Olivia would look up at the stars and remember how it all began, with a simple first meeting and words that had changed everything. "You're so beautiful I can't speak," she had whispered. And now, she and Alira rarely needed to speak at all. Their bond went beyond words, beyond species, beyond anything either of their worlds had ever known. Each night, as they drifted to sleep in their quarters on the Luminary, their minds stayed connected, sharing dreams of new worlds and the future they would build together. Some people on Earth still didn't understand what they had become. Some feared them, but most saw them as a symbol of hope, living proof that different species could not just work together but become something greater than the sum of their parts. "Do you ever regret it?" Alira asked one evening as they watched Earth grow smaller in the viewport, heading out on another mission. "Becoming what we are now?" Olivia smiled, the starlight in her eyes glowing softly. "Not for a second. This is who we were meant to be." Their hands intertwined, human and alien fingers laced together, both sharing the same gentle light that came from within. Together they had saved two worlds. And together, they would help build a future where no one had to face the darkness alone. As the Luminary jumped to faster-than-light speed, the stars stretched into lines of light around them. Ahead lay new adventures, new challenges, and endless possibilities. It had all started with a whisper. It would continue with a bond that transcended words entirely. And somehow that was exactly as it should be.